Hello everybody, Killatia here, and today we're taking a look at the Super Retro 64 controller from Retrobit. Now I know what you're thinking, Killatia, that looks like the original Nintendo 64 without cables. And you're kind of right, it is Nintendo 64 controller. As a matter of fact, the resemblance to the original 1996 controller is uncanny. But obviously the biggest difference is that this is a completely a completely wireless controller for the Nintendo 64. As a matter of fact, I think that it's the first wireless controller ever made for the Nintendo 64, to my knowledge here. It feels just like the regular Nintendo 64. The button placements are correct. The analog stick feels nice. And the D-pad's not too bad here. Let's take out the battery pack for now. Obviously, there's some clear difference here. Besides being wireless, there is also options for turbo modes here. So, you press go up, flip the switch here for A, B, Z, L, R, or any of the C directions buttons, and they will all go turbo. And what makes this very interesting is, for me at least, this controller takes three AAA batteries, and where you put these is actually very interesting. You actually put them in here where the memory card or the rumble pack would normally go to. Now I know what you're thinking. Where do you put the memory card or the rumble pack if the batteries are on the back of the controller? Simple. You put them in the wireless receiver. And I gotta say, before we demonstrate how you put in the memory card or the rumble pack, I gotta say that this connector that you insert into the N64 goes in there very, very tightly. Like, it was a challenge for me to get it out of the system for this review here, so keep that in mind. So anyways, at the base here, you got the little button for receiving, and also a slot for your memory cards here. Let me go grab my memory card over here. It does insert right in here. Oh, and ta-da! Seems kind of silly, but at the same time, I can kind of see why they went through this route, because I don't think the data transfer from memory card to the console would be that great over the wireless. And just for giggles, let's see how the rumble pack looks on this device. Yeah, very silly, but yeah, that's how you insert the rumble pack or the memory card to your N64 with the wireless controller. And like I said earlier, it feels exactly like the original Nintendo 64 controller, right down to the button placement and the analog sticks. But how does this play with your Nintendo 64 games? Well, let me get things set up here and I'll show you how. Okay, sorry about the bad lighting for this part, but to be more of a demonstration how the controller works with the Nintendo 64 here. So let's wait a second. Play one mode here. Okay, let's go on ahead and pick a character real quick here. Let's go with Fox right here. There we go. Do a quick round with Link here, and then punch it the other way. As you can see, the controls the buttons are very responsive and such. No major complaints here. You can double jump and then okay, I'm trying to do like the special up B move here, but he won't let me. There we go. I'll just poke KO him for now. Okay, well. There we go. Oop. Okay, I'm gonna stop here because I'm not doing a good job here, but yeah, the controller works pretty well with Super Smash Bros. So let's go on ahead and try another game here. Hopefully a game I don't suck at. Here we are here with a game of FZero here with the controller here. Let's go with Captain Falcon here. Let's see if we can get past Mute City here. There we go. Yeah, the controls are working pretty good here. Very responsive. Okay. Like, honestly, for a wireless controller made for an older system, this Super Retro Controller 64 it's working pretty damn good here. A few more seconds of this and we'll try another racing game here. And here we are playing a little game of Diddy Kong Racing with the Super Retro 64 controller here. So let's go on ahead and start this game up. No time trial, just regular racing. Ooh, haven't done a boost in a while. Okay, I could have done a better job of drifting there, but hey, it's working. And I missed that blue boost balloon. But that's okay. Oh, okay, at least I didn't get crushed by the dinosaurs there. So yeah, the controller is once again working pretty well with a racing game here, so give me a few more seconds here and I'll move on to the next game. And here we are playing Starfox 64, one of my personal favorite Nintendo 64 games of all time. Yeah, the controls are working fantastic here. Like, the analog movement is smooth, the controls are responsive, and you can do the special maneuvers like the barrel rolls and such, like do a barrel roll. Yeah, so yeah, this controller works fantastically. Okay, now here we are at the boss battle right here. So let me go on ahead and set up the auto turbo button functions here on here. And let's see how quickly we can defeat the boss with this mode on. Yeah, as you can obviously tell, we easily defeated the boss of this stage with the auto turbo function features on here. So yeah, smooth controls and a great way to rank up some kills in Starfox 64. But let's try one more Nintendo 64 game before we call it quits here. And here we are playing some GoldenEye with the Super Retro 64 controller here. As you can probably tell, the game is now in full screen compared to the other games because I had to make some changes, and this is my second time playing this game with this controller, and honestly I'm not a huge fan of playing this game with this controller because for some reason, I'm not sure why it's just with this one, but the game just feels, at least with the analog stick, feels a lot more sensitive than how it should be. Like, almost unplayable with GoldenEye in all honesty. Yeah, I'm honestly trying to get through this stage here with... Go down here. Why can't I shoot this guy? Like, I'm seriously trying to shoot him, and it's not working here, so... Do I need to go inside here? Yeah, there we go. We got him. But yeah, GoldenEye 007 is probably the first game I've played with the Super Retro 64 controller that didn't really work so well with this game. Maybe it's just me, but I just find this controller to be too sensitive for this game, so... Anyways, on to final thoughts. So, other than GoldenEye not working so well with the wireless controller, which, I'll be honest, I never really liked GoldenEye to begin with, as much as many other people, the Super Retro 64 wireless controller worked flawlessly with all the other Nintendo 64 games that I have tried out personally. Obviously, there are going to be some compatibility issues with some of the other games, since this is a third-party controller, but it is a pretty good controller. So my other complaint, besides compatibility, is trying to turn off this controller here. Like, there's no off switch whatsoever. Like, the only sure way you know that this controller is off is that if you take the battery pack off. Like so. Which is kind of unusual for me. I would have preferred a switch instead of having to take out the battery pack, but that's how you be sure that this controller is off here. So, my final rating on the wireless Super Retro 64 controller, a solid B. This is Killatia signing off, and I hope you enjoyed this review.